What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode with your favorite Latinas. Enjoy this week's tea.
Welcome to today's episode, guys. How y'all feeling today? How y'all feeling?
It was exciting.
Today was very good. I ate like a
different.
pig.
Yeah.
The esquite was mid, so I'm kind of upset about that.
What was it called again, Desenia? Where did we go?
Queso loco.
Queso loco. It's in Apopka. I did not know there was like more taco trucks out there. So it was about like 3 or 4 of them, I believe.
It was 4.
4.
Wow.
One of them wasn't tacos though. I think one of them was like burgers or like barbecue.
Yeah, the
It
one
was
on the
Venezuelan. I saw
left side.
something Venezuela.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
on
know.
the side.
But it was very good. Then there was, I think it was called Taco Roman, and the other one was
Dos hermanos.
Dos Hermanos.
And you guys didn't try any of the other food?
No.
We just hit that place.
Well,
we should.
we did try tacos asada de los dos hermanos, and like you said, they were mid. They were regular schmegular tacos.
Yeah, and I was like, I was expecting so much. I was like, it's gonna be a sweet corn.
Did you
with a
taste it,
lot.
the ramen?
The ramen? No, I have
ramen
not.
birria?
I haven't.
You both, what you thought about it?
It was good.
It was
the
good.
ramen, and I was telling you guys that to me, when you say ramen birria, I was like, but when I tried it, it was good. It was it's a good combination. Like you don't really expect
And
it
it's
to be
not
good.
the ramen is not from the Sopa Maruchan. This is actual ramen.
Yeah, it's
That's
thick.
true. Yeah.
Yep. It's
It's
not
like a thicker-
slimy. That's what I was thinking. I was like, fuck, me van a dar. They're going to give me the
Maruchan
one
noodles.
from the Maruchan. And bless you.
Thank you.
And
But
I was
no.
like, if that sits so long in the water, it gets all gooey and
It's not
slimy.
good.
Yeah, it's
But if
not good.
anything, they just pour the stale noodles or whatever, and then just pour the water and just let it sit. I've seen some restaurants do it like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
but I mean, they're probably real. I haven't tried it, but
No, these are. It was real ramen. It was
Yeah.
nice, and it didn't have cheese in it. So
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's awesome.
it said it was a cheese.
I don't know.
No me recuerdo,
Yo
but I
nomás
thought it
hice-
had cheese.
Yeah, it could have, but I don't know. What about the queso birria?
Oof.
What you thought
I'm like,
about
oof.
Yeah, they were good.
I like
They
those.
were delicious. They
Yeah.
were
I had
huge.
2.
They're
and
very
I had,
full.
I had
Tan
2, and I was
llenitos
like
esos chingados.
full.
Sí, vienen 3.
The esquites are questionable. No me gustó el de hot Cheetos. The hot Cheetos were soggy as
I feel
fuck.
like it was the bag in the cup. It was a waste of cup, and it was a waste
of Cheetos.
Yeah. Like what? But if you guys have any new restaurants or new taco or any taco fruit trucks, let us know and we would go try it.
Yeah.
And we're going to post on our YouTube as well. So
we're gonna
let us
post
know.
it. So just
It
so you
was
know,
good.
Queso Loco is in Apopka.
And they're gonna open a new spot, like a real spot, like a restaurant.
Well, they already have one on Fairbanks.
Oh, okay, but this one's gonna be in
opening.
Apopka.
Yeah, in June they'll be opening that.
Okay.
The guy was really excited to tell Yessi.
That's good.
He connected, I guess.
Yeah, he was. He was just like he probably, or maybe he saw us recording,
Oh, it could have been that too.
and he was just wanting us to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could have been.
It could have been that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because we were recording there, so.
Yeah. But yeah, the quesadillas, they're good. If you're going, quesadilla.
I'm gonna go. I want to.
tables. Well,
Yeah.
if you go,
It was close. It was like 4:45.
yeah.
Why it
and
got
then-
packed after?
Yes,
Yes.
when we were leaving, ya estaba más gente.
Yeah, but yeah, it was a good spot. It was a good experience.
10 out of 10.
Yes. Maybe like a 7.
Sort of some foods.
I'll
Some
give it,
foods.
yeah, I'll give it a
Individually,
solid, solid
7.
8.5.
Really?
Yeah.
The esquites killed it for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Pero es que mucha gente no va por el esquite, va como para comida.
I guess. Yeah, you're right. Because I'm pretty
If
sure
you're-
casi todos van por los tacos o quesadilla.
Yeah,
the
quesadilla.
quesadilla.
Yeah.
Quesadilla.
Yeah.
And they also have, mire que tenían pizza, something quesadilla, quesadilla pizza or something like that.
Eso
And
me llamó la
I thought that was
atención.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
And
you don't see
they have,
that.
if you like cecina, they have tacos de cecina.
Which is their bomb as fuck.
Really? You had one?
No, but the carne.
Oh, the carne.
The-
Cecina.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
cecina
Cecina
bien
is-
bueno.
oh, yeah,
Está
it's
buena
really
la
good.
My mom's
cecina.
made tacos de cecina.
Yeah, we do
Bussin'.
Está bien buena.
But yeah, guys, so that's what we did today. We had a chill day, except Joanna.
Yeah, I was at work.
Jojo.
Oh my god, work was stressful, but I got through it. You know, Fridays are packed everywhere. I feel like nobody likes cooking no fucking more. Like, damn. I'm like, everyone, like, at all hours, like, it's just packed all the time. But
Let me tell y'all, my kitchen closes
Really?
Friday and the weekend.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm like, everybody most of the time. Look, it's Friday, Saturday, East Sunday. People are out and
especially because payday, you know, people just get paid. They're like, woo.
We just wanna
Y luego andamos llorando que no tenemos dinero, que no hay pa'l gas, pero ahí estamos.
No,
tragando.
but it, like, food gets expensive. Like, people spend like a good amount of money. I'm like, damn.
Especially if you have a big family, because we are a big family.
Yeah.
So like one outing is like a good $80 for all of it. Si yo voy en la casa y compro la comida, we can eat double the food for less, for that amount.
Yeah.
Which is so true.
So I mainly cook at home.
Hey, siempre hay comida en la casa, eh? Like they always say.
Lo bueno que nunca falta.
Yeah, but I will say shout out to everybody that tipped me today, because I got a good amount of tip. And it's tip your servers, guys. Even if you see a tip bucket up there, tip them. People be having hard days at work.
You know, I don't know if you guys think about it. Cuando vas a mi Mexico a agarrar tortillas, I've noticed a couple of times they have a tip jar. And I'm like, I never go prepared because nunca pago ya con cash. Now it's card. And then I'm like, oh, like I grab the tortilla and I'm like, oh my God. Like I always forget to take $1. But do you think like that's fair?
Yeah,
to tip them for the tortillas?
Personally, just because I know what it's like to not be serving people but have a tip jar and we're still doing the work, I say it's worth it, because you may not see it, but there's chaos in the bag. Like, and this happened on Wednesday or Tuesday. We went to go get wings, and Karina didn't notice that she was like, I wasn't being rude and I wasn't saying no type of way, but to a server, like, you are being a type of way, because it was as simple as she mischarged Karina, because Karina had a certain amount, and well, she only got one thing, and it was like the same as mine, and I got 3 things. So she was like, hold up, like, what's going on here? And then she was like, oh, she thought she mischarged me. It was this whole miscommunication, but Karina was just being so hostile about it. And I was like, you need to give them a break. Like, obviously she doesn't, like, I notice everything, so I'm like, her phone is ringing, she's stressing about not being able to pay Karina back. The other girl in the back is lost because I could tell she's new. Like, she keeps telling her, no, here, keep this here. And I can just tell, I'm looking at all of this, and Karina's like, yeah, there's something going on here. Like, this is, and I'm like, oh my God, Karina, calm down.
No,
like,
all I said was, I'm like, hold on, there's something going on here. It shouldn't be that amount. There's like, yeah. And then she was like, oh, okay. And then that's when the miscommunication came in, when she thought she overcharged Joanna. I'm like, and then Joanna was like, no. I got 3 things. She only has 1. She's like, oh, okay. And then this one, she charged me. And
but Karina's still on the phone.
And I told them, I'm on the phone with Karina. I'm like, they try to steal from you, huh? Todavía poniéndole salsa a los tacos.
No, and look what she's like. I'll tell you, she's on the phone. She's like, yeah, can you believe they try to fucking charge me? And I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, so if I'm hearing that, I'm like, no, this bitch did not. Like, so for me, I'm like, yes, tip, because there's people back there hustling to hurry up and make your smoothie.
I think for the tortillas is a stretch.
No, hombre, they have to pile up masa up in that machine.
They already get paid for their
that's
work.
What I'm saying. Like, that's why I'm like hesitant.
But I get paid for my work. But
you're serving somebody. You have to.
That's the same thing that the tortilla people are doing. I've worked in the tortilleria.
They're just passing it over.
No, they have to take it out the machine, scale it out.
They have to put the masa in, like, it's
on the clock. But this is like my job. Okay, I can say that I need a tip because I put the SIM card in.
Look, you're sitting down the whole time.
But
I've seen you.
No.
Okay, so in that case, también we should tip the cashiers.
Cashiers where
they get tipped.
Yeah, they get tips.
When?
You haven't seen them at the Mexican spots?
I've only seen them at
there's
Mexican
like a tip
spots
for cashiers at the Mexican spots.
Yes, but there's all right here at La Estrellita. Oh, dang, I'm exposing everywhere.
No,
they have a tip jar for the cashiers and where they serve the food at. But I haven't seen it anywhere. I'm not gonna lie, but I haven't seen it at like Aldi's or Walmart.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you see tips, it's mostly like así como en las tiendas mexicanas, in those Asian stores.
Yeah, definitely. But I would say anything food service, yes. Anything
with food service.
Food service, yes.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, I feel like tips are optional. You pay for your service and blah blah blah. Tips are optional.
Yeah, except for when you're dining in. If you're dining in and you don't,
it's still optional.
No, that should be
mandatory.
mandatory.
That's mandatory. I'm sorry, but if you don't tip, if you don't tip when you're eating in, like,
that's fucked up.
Yeah, bitch. Like, I do not respect you.
It depends on the service. Porque hay unas muchachas que la neta no la neta you're like,
but you don't live like, okay, porque ahora ya están con que the minimum is 15.
Oh yeah, 15. I was just gonna say that 15 to 12%.
Yeah, it's 15, 18, and then the 20.
That's
20,
still high
20%?
as hell.
Yeah, that's pretty high.
Yo dejo lo que yo traigo.
I want to say, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little cheap. Like, I feel like the most I've ever tipped somebody is $20.
What?
Yeah, that's the most I've ever tipped anybody for food. Food, drinks.
But like, I feel like
in that area, I've never tipped more than that. Yeah, dining in.
Was it a big party?
No, it's always just been either me and somebody else, or me or 3 people. But I've never gone like in a party. If it's just a party, I'm pretty sure the gratuity is included. Like,
no, but
I feel like
was your amount like $100 or something, like what you spent?
No, I would say the most I've ever spent is like maybe $60, $80 at a good steakhouse.
When you gave the $20 tip, was it a big expense?
Was it? Yeah, it was a big expense.
Then that's called
reasonable.
Yeah, that's reasonable. But I would say that's still pretty cheap. I've seen people tip like $35, $25, and I'm like,
those are rich people.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, that's why I'm like, I'm not gonna lie. I at least I tip. I'm like, at least I tip. It might be low, but I tip.
More in tune, I can say. I don't know what you guys think.
Definitely.
But I don't know if that's even a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah,
I think it's 50.
I do see the good and the bad, and people being so woke and so like, but it's to an extent, like,
I was gonna say that like,
even today's topic, I'm like, I don't want to say the wrong thing, because anybody could take it some type of way.
So go ahead and let them know what's the topic.
So for today, we want to let the men out there know what is it, and what, like, we want to let you guys know what women like, don't like, what you guys need to know about us, what it is that we desire out of men.
And then also, like, what are some things that we dislike from men?
Exactly. That you guys do, and you guys don't notice that you guys do, which is like, what the fuck? It's like, how don't your breath stink? I just like no, but really, like, I feel like some men are very like, what's that word? That they're like, they don't know that they're being like that.
Pushy?
Yeah.
No,
like,
they're
clueless. Huh?
Clueless?
Yeah, like, they're clueless to the fact that what they're doing is so like, ew. It's like, for me, this is one of my big things that I wanted to speak about, is men who ask, like, oh, how many people have you been with? Their body counts, or like your ex-partner, what was that like? Like, don't get me wrong, it's okay if like it comes up, or like we're talking about it, okay, but if you ask me like, oh, how many people have you slept with, I'm gonna look at you like you're fucking dumb, because like, what the fuck does that matter?
Yeah.
And I've always lived by this, because my sisters used to always tell me this. They'd be like, lo que no pasa en tu tiempo, like, que no te importa.
Dice, lo que no pasa en tu año,
que no te haga daño,
something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But they used to always tell me that, and I'm like, that's true, because if it had nothing to do with you, why are you worried about it?
Yeah.
But I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
That's what I was gonna say. Wouldn't you want to know? Because I feel like that's appropriate. Like,
yes,
have you been hoeing?
Look, that's what I want to know.
But you want to know how many? Like, you want to know the number? Like, how many people they've been with?
I want to know. Well, you're right. Not the number. I want to know. Have you had unprotected sex?
That's the question.
Okay, that's understandable. That's completely understandable. If you're like, out here and you're dating, but I'm saying, if we're in a relationship and like, let's say we're a couple months in, and let's say it hasn't come up, would you randomly be like, oh, by the way, how many people have you slept with? Do you think that would come up? Or that should come up as a man?
I don't think a man would tell you straight up the number.
You'd be surprised.
What do you think?
I don't know.
Because if they knew they had a long list, they're gonna tell you. Just
but
3.
Guys, come on,
I
guys.
Cannot. I have not been. I've never dated before like that. I don't think I could ever ask a person that question.
No.
Like, did
I
you
feel like
like
it's
to have
necessary.
unprotected sex?
I feel like it's no, like
that's just
Yesenia-
weird.
No, I feel like Yesenia said, it's I feel like it is something that we need to be asking each other because there's a lot of diseases out here, and
But yeah, like, wouldn't you want to ask Kay? Like once the time comes where you're gonna be intimate,
Exactly.
then be like, oh, like I
But
think
why?
we should get tested. You know?
Pero ¿por qué esperar hasta que ya estés bien íntimo? Mejor pregunta al principio. Porque
But
qué
that's
tal
what
si
you're
no,
saying.
si no quieres.
But that's the
Si
thing.
no
You're
quieres-
saying they're gonna cut the list short. So why would you ask?
because
Why wouldn't you just be like, hey,
Because-
like,
Pero, okay.
let's get
Así como
tested
dijo
mejor?
Joanna, well, maybe me, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
Like,
But I
I'm
like
very
this because
sneaky.
we're all having
Yeah.
different opinions, so this is
Yeah.
interesting.
I'm a very sneaky person. Like, I'm gonna ask you. I might know already. I might know you a hoe, but I'm gonna ask you
do that.
to see if you lying about you being a
okay,
hoe.
but then
Just
you're doing there.
No, but then that just to confirm you and like, all right, you a hoe. I'm out.
Yeah.
Okay, you a hoe and a liar.
And I'm testing
out.
you. Yeah.
Look,
No,
okay,
I see
okay, I
both
see
sides,
it.
but at the safe part mostly.
Well, talking about that, I had recently, there's this, his name's Richard, and he has a podcast, and he had put a question out. He had said something like, let's just say this woman's a 10, she's a millionaire, she's well dependent and everything, you know, she's a whole shenan. But you know that 3 of your homeboys, you know, were with her already, or they ran a train on her, something like that, he had said. And I had answered the question. I was like, the past is the past. I would still talk to her. And he basically told me that men, the way that they see it is like sex is like a criminal background, and it doesn't ever go away. So he said he would be a past, even though she was a 10, dependent, millionaire, and all this. And, you know, he's just like, you know, eso se queda con uno. So I wouldn't, you know, fuck with the chick. And I'm just like, damn.
And
Because
it's weird
I feel like for men,
Yeah, go ahead.
For men, it's more like they're looking for a wifey, or you know, it's someone with a low body count that hasn't gone through that ever phase. I feel like that's what mostly men that
think
want
so?
that. I think so.
I think so too.
personally
I feel
think
like
so.
men, obviously, they don't want to wife somebody that they know in the past was known for like
you're right.
you know, being with a lot of men, or you know, being this drunk crazy person. Because obviously if you bring her home, let's just say la hermana de la cuñada or some shit like that, they're like, oh, I know her, like she used to do this, and that,
and this and
and then
that,
they
yeah.
go being like, ay, aquel casó una puta or some shit like that.
Us as Latinos, I think it's a more thing.
I feel like it's all type of race.
It's like the SPM song. Once the woman cheats, they don't forgive, but the woman can forgive the guy, and it's okay. But the man cannot forgive the woman
yeah.
But why?
because it's a man thing. I
It's-
guess.
Yeah, it's pride, but
You see, this is why we
Prideful.
need a man on our podcast. We need
opinion.
we need a man's opinion. We need to see like why.
But
Why
that's
not?
the thing. Not all men think the same.
That's
That
what I
is
was
so
about to
true.
say.
Yeah.
Because I was about to say, if you really think about it, in the celebrity world, guys, do you know how public it is, their
Yeah.
relationships, and how it is that the woman or the celebrity has so many like boyfriends, and they even get
Yo,
married.
yes.
And they still get married again and again and again, and they have kids with this man and kids with that
Like
man.
Future, he has one of his baby mamas. Era se
Nick
hizo
Cannon.
esposa de Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon,
O
bro.
algo
Nick
así.
Cannon has
Yeah.
thousands of baby mamas, and like, and women still go and have children with this man.
Porque estamos bien
Knowing his-
pendejas.
yeah.
I think
The dick
at that
is too
point they just
good.
want the
But
money.
honestly, for me personally, I think men should just not ask that question. Honestly, unless it's for safety purposes, like you're trying to know if I got an STD or like what's going on there. But I personally just
So
don't
you
think.
okay? So if that person is a hoe, you don't want to know.
No, I'm gonna do my research on you regardless. If I'm talking to you, I'm gonna go through your Instagram, your TikTok. If you have one, Snapchat, I'm gonna have all your social shows.
But guys, let's be truthful. At our age, let's just say maybe younger people don't have this issue, but at our age, you really think you're gonna find a person that is not that
doesn't have a body count?
No, of course not.
Like,
when I was younger, maybe, but now
like
that 20s, like I'm hitting that 20 and I already feel it.
Nah, pero
Even to say like my type, if that's, I don't even think I have a type, but for me to say my type, I would say most likely no. They're not virgins. I'm like,
yeah.
Sí, no, tú vas a saber que no son vírgenes, pero hay unos hombres que sí se pasan. Tú no puedes entrar en una relación pensando que, ay, nomás estuvo con una mujer o con dos mujeres en toda su adolescencia.
No, güey. Pero
este güey va a tener como sus 5, 6, 10. Hay unos que van a tener más de 10.
If I don't give a fuck about you, just don't give a fuck about me. Like, don't care about
basically,
what I'm doing.
Jovis is saying that men shouldn't ask women, but women can ask.
I'm just saying, personally, for me, if I'm talking to someone, I would rather them not ask me. But
what if they ask you? Are you
that's
gonna
fine.
Tell them
no,
the
I'm
truth?
gonna tell them.
Or you're just gonna
Because
tell
I
them,
mean,
no,
shit,
don't
my
ask.
body count's not 1,000, so I'm not ashamed of it. I would definitely be truthful, but I just think it's like nonsense. Like, why do we? Like I
But
said,
if they're trying to wipe
unless
them up,
it's.
and you're giving
I
this
feel like okay. I feel
But that
like if
would
you
take
guys are
it-
talking, like you guys barely
That's what I'm
started
saying. Like,
talking
if
for
we're
like a
barely
month,
talking.
I feel like no, it's not the time yet. I feel like if once we're gonna get
In a
very intimate in a relationship, like you're my boyfriend, girlfriend, then maybe we could discuss about that. But if we're just talking, there's no point. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But then you don't want to take it too far and waste all your time on that
porque
person.
ya ahorita you
That's
just,
when you decide.
No, pero es que la neta, we have to be very naive to think, like I said, at our age, that person does not have a high count. It's being men. Sorry, men. I don't want to throw you under the
and
bus.
being
You know, I hold men,
realistic and
but
just being
body counts go up to 5. In my eyes, 30-year-old men have 5 and above. You'd be so
You
naive
think so?
to think. Hell yeah,
a 30-year-old.
a 30-year-old.
No,
a
I feel
single 30-year-old.
Oh no, I feel like it's more. I would say like a 25.
Un hombre calmado, 5.
¿Dónde tú vas a encontrar un hombre calmado? Dime tú.
Sí, hay muchos hombres calmados.
¿Dónde tú irías?
Church.
Bueno,
I'm just like,
Hey man, they
no,
say
ni
that some
tampoco,
church
esos
people
son
be
peores.
freaky as fuck.
Yeah. es que no, bueno, sí, you're right.
Yeah.
But I in my opinion, I feel like, yeah, like a maybe you can find
Unless-
one that's 5 if they've been divorced or recently
That's what I was
divorced.
gonna say. Like if they were
you know?
recently divorced, I feel like that the body count would be a little
bit
lower
lower.
because they were married. But you never know if they were out cheating or doing.
Okay,
their
that has to
nasties.
be one question. That has to be a question of the week.
personally for you guys don't
Question of
mind
the
the
week.
question.
A ver.
Like, you guys don't mind that question if a guy was, if you guys are just dating.
Would you mind that question? Just
Yeah.
I really wouldn't.
No,
Okay.
yeah.
You
But
Jessica,
then
would you
again,
mind?
again,
No.
es así como dijo Joanna. I wouldn't because I know I ain't no fucking hoe. So I wouldn't have any shame in my game. Like,
Okay,
no,
Jessica?
this is it.
No, myself either.
You wouldn't?
You can ask me. It's fine, and I will be sincere as well. Because I'm pretty sure we both got bodies. Not like that, but like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't have an issue if
No.
they
No.
had like a whole list.
If they had
you wouldn't,
because he's
you
talking
wouldn't
to me
mind
right now.
Yeah, but I think this is
I
a
think it
long
would.
question.
Hold on,
Jesus
hold
Christ.
on, hold on.
I'm saying because I remember, Karina, someone has asked you this and you
Yes.
got pissed the fuck off.
No.
So that's why I'm like, But
Karina
I
Ryan.
understand because
I think the question would be very broad.
Yes.
You don't have to specify the person. Okay,
Yeah,
con fulanito,
yeah,
con su
yeah,
tatinita.
yeah.
Oh, no,
y fue con esta,
that's
y fue
too
al revés
much.
con la otra.
No.
O sea, no, it's
no.
just so broad. Okay, like, do like, okay, it was like
don't give me names, no nothing. Just
Look,
give me
like,
a number.
okay, look, I'm gonna be very sincere.
I
okay?
get around.
Oh.
Or, those were
No,
the
like,
things that
that
you would
you
have to
can
say.
say.
Okay,
not count.
going back to what Joanna said, I will be sincere. I did get a little upset, but that was me being childish because health comes first.
Yeah.
So I understand because that's the reason why it was asked. So
Yeah.
I completely understand because
Why it
health
was
comes
asked.
first.
Yes.
And you have to be honest because health, bro, health.
No, but I think it just
and I feel
depends
like
on how they ask the question.
No, not even that. But
Because
I
they
feel
could be like, "Hey, are you like a
Are
person?
you sexually active with someone else or something
Ándale,
like that?
are you sexually active?
that's-
Or
okay, that's
like,
understandable.
do you have a partner at the moment? I don't know. Something
Yeah.
that's not like, are you a hoe? How many of you people
No,
you've been with?
I feel like just
yeah.
don't ask me my body count. Just like Yesenia said, I'm not ashamed of it or anything. I have nothing against it, but personally, I just think that's so like I don't know, disrespectful. Especially if it's a first date, bitch. Oh
Yeah.
oh, bye.
No,
Bitch,
no, on
bye.
the first day, like we're not even there yet. Like, don't ask me this. Okay, ¿qué les voy a decir? Pero this is I am gonna let y'all know. Like what I think is like, fíjate que you're interested and that person is really interested. Like you say, what if that guy, he's only looking at me, he's dating me at the moment, right? But what if he did have this long, extensive list where he has been with many, and right now, yes, he's with you, but you don't know how long. And are you willing, even though he's giving you that attention at the moment, are you willing to go that deep with that person, knowing that he has connected with other females? Because I don't know if y'all remember the topic that we had in the previous.
When you said connected,
Yeah.
right there, I
You're
would be like,
hell
no.
And you know what?
Are you
That
willing
is-
to get connected with all the females that he has had in the past as well?
Yeah, that's a very good question, and that is so real because now I feel like sex is very sagrado. Sex is very like, and back then I used to never look at it like that.
Yeah,
like,
it was just
like sex is sex.
Yeah.
No, but that is so true, Yesenia. Like
Yeah.
sex is connecting. Like
Yeah.
you are literally connecting with this other person.
Yeah.
Like, are you really down to do that?
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
that is very
That
is
really
so true.
that changed the whole conversation.
You're
but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you really have to like, I don't know how to explain
You kind of
it.
do have to ask though.
Yeah.
Joanna, you kind of do.
I guess, like I said, probably because I have only dated, like I've only been with one person ever. So I just feel
Yeah,
like,
to you were
to
like,
me,
the
I'm like,
fuck?
yeah. But honestly, even if I was dating someone new, I would be like, what the fuck? Why does it matter? Like, why does
At
it
this
to
time
me?
and age.
But
to
I think you
me.
will find it like an insult because you've only been with one person and you're like, why? Why you
trying to
do I
say?
look
What
like
the
I'm
fuck
a
you trying to
hoe?
say, bitch?
Like, yeah, maybe that's
no,
why.
but I want to actually start on the next thing that I have to say. Like, bitch, I'm
What's-
ready.
That was a whole
What is it? What is it?
Sorry, because I was thinking about this. I was like, "Ooh, I can't wait for this one. I can't wait for
A ver,
this
a
one."
ver.
Dale.
I think men should know how important aftercare is after sex.
Okay.
I think that not a lot of men, they'd be like, "Oh, okay, we're finished. Okay, go about my day." Like nothing ever happened.
Okay.
And to me, like that's so like I hate when
You
we're
just
not
like-
cuddling like after or just like
Why? You like
come
cuddling
here.
afterwards?
Yes.
Joanna,
and, like,
what if
I
you're
don't
having
feel
Joanna, what if you're
love.
having a quickie before work? Bitch, we ain't got time to cuddle.
Bitch, you
love
better
you so
make some
much.
fucking time. I don't know, but I
Like
hate
if you
it.
want the cutty, you gotta cuddle.
Yes, bitch, literally. Like I don't know. I guess, like I said, for me, it's so like
Important.
Important.
And I see it like if you just get up and you're ready to get the fuck out, I'm just like, God damn, bitch. Like, damn. Like,
But it's I feel
I don't
like
know.
that's
If you
different.
get up right after, I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm already thrown the fuck off.
What?
Yes, but you guys have been in
crazy.
relationships for so
Long-
much
Yeah,
longer,
but I
so
feel
that's
like-
understandable.
Yeah, no. Even if
In
it
my
wasn't that long.
relationship, I'm the one that gets up and I'm like, Jesus, like, bitch, bye.
Bitch, bye.
Yeah, like, I gotta pee. I don't want a UTI.
Bitch, I'm done with you. I know what you mean.
I'm dead.
I mean, you don't even say like, "Oh, I like that." Or,
No,
that
I'm
means
just,
nothing. You just get up and go.
Get up and
Or y'all
go.
don't
No
just lay
interaction?
there for a little bit,
No.
like just talk,
No.
just
You
like
don't laugh.
What
You
do
don't
we-
like, "Oh my god,
You
my
see,
leg," or something.
it's que that's the thing. Like obviously, before work, obviously, like okay, babe.
No,
really
but you
quickly,
guys
babe,
are
before
thinking
work.
too, like, no, we're talking about if you guys are having like a
Passionate.
good passion and a nice sex. Now, you guys are talking too literal.
Oh,
like,
no,
what if
girl.
I'm on the go? What if I gotta go? No, we're talking about just like after sex, after good sex, after some good sex, and like just that aftercare. Because
Oh.
I've noticed, like, it's happened to me, and I had to sit my partner down and just be like, yo, like, why
This is
you
how I like
yeah, or just like, why everything gotta go like, okay, bye, gotta go to bed. Like, damn, bitch, like, hold on, give it a second.
I understand you
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
Okay.
but-
yeah, I would feel some type of way too. Like, what's wrong? Why
Yeah.
don't you want to cuddle with me?
Or like, did I
Or
do
it
a
feels
bad
like-
job?
What was my number?
Yeah, for real. Break
What's
me
my
1%. No, but honestly, just that's something that came up in my mind, and I was like, dude, honestly, that's happened to me before, and I've had to like be like, hey, like, what's going on here?
You know, I'm not a cuddle person.
Yeah, I'm saying.
So to me, I'm like, that's not for me.
No,
but we do
be
have
honest.
communication. Like,
Yeah,
right
but
after,
so
like,
you're telling me
we're
right
talking,
after
we're
you're
laughing,
you're
or
talking.
like we kiss and like.
Of course,
like
I'm not
that.
gonna be mute for the rest of the day.
No, but
I
y'all
just
make it seem
imagine-
like y'all just get up and
No,
y'all like,
see,
hey,
I
so
just feel
I was
like-
picking up the kids today.
Sometimes, but you're
Me
talking.
imagino a Jessica.
We're having a whole conversation about the day. But we were not like, so how was it? You know, that's just, I mean, at this point, like obviously before,
you didn't say, oh, I like that, or like specifically say something.
That's
No,
you did
so
so
good.
Like, do you like that?
Or,
Why
or did
not?
you
Why
be
would
like,
it-
oh, I like
I feel like you have to ask that
something?
though. Why wouldn't you want to
So
know what
this
your partner
This is how
likes
I
or doesn't
imagine
like?
Jessica, like her ass being like, okay, get off of me, and then
No, I didn't have me saying it off.
ya va Jessica, ya va pinche baño.
Peeing on herself.
And then she's gonna be like, all right, so you're gonna pick up the kids, or I'm gonna pick them up. Nah, you go pick them. I'm about to go to sleep.
Oh my goodness.
And then she goes out the door.
No, tampoco, not too little.
Jessica's like, hold the fuck on, bitch.
Don't put me on blast.
Don't put me on blast. It's not like that.
But is there anything else that you guys feel
Yes, I feel like these men. I feel like okay, you guys need to stop. No, because I'm trying to word it correctly so that it doesn't go in through one ear and comes out the other.
Yeah.
Pues
What
como
I'm-
quiera se les va a
Yeah.
salir del pinche oído.
Okay. I just feel like it's so rude for a guy to hit up all the friends. Like if my
What about
friend
that?
is like okay, if my friend is talking to a guy
Mm-hmm.
and I know they smashed and he knows obviously I'm hanging out with her all the time or we have a clique of friends. We're always hanging out. Everybody knows we're out and about
Okay.
and then you start hitting me up trying to talk to me.
Okay.
I think that's rude. I
Yeah.
feel like you guys shouldn't go in a circle. I feel like
I get
guys,
that.
guys,
Wait, what do you
trying
mean?
out every
I feel like
skittle of
guys-
the rainbow.
Yeah.
So
guys-
you're telling me like
One guy
well, what I'm
jumps
trying
from
to say-
one friend to another friend.
Yes, I feel like guys do that a lot.
So yeah,
I feel like guys jump from one friend to another friend, and I just think that's
They don't
fucked
got no
up.
shame in their game.
No, and it's like that's, and I'm not gonna lie, that's when your friendship comes to a test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's when you're like, okay, girl code or no girl code. Aquí
Yeah.
hay girl code or no. ¿Sí me
Yeah.
entiendes? So I just feel like that's fucked up that men do that. That they,
Yeah.
it's
dejan
good.
no-
It's good that you know, obviously from time to time your friendship is gonna be questioned. But I just feel like men fuck up a lot of relationships like that.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm
Friendships.
single, my friend's single, we're all single. You know what I'm saying? I can talk to whoever I want to. But I feel like
At the end of
that
the
is
day,
fucked up that
yeah.
men do that. That
Yeah.
men will literally see you talking to your home, hanging with your homegirl.
Yeah.
They fuck your homegirl and then they want to come and fuck you. Like, nah, you're not, like
Yeah, oh my
said,
God.
you're not tasting all the skittles of the
Skittles.
rainbow. Like,
Yeah, and
Oh my god, I was
honestly,
gonna bring that up when we were talking about how the whole body count thing, and I was like, especially men that like to go in one circle, like he fucked that girl and he fucked the other girl
La
that you know,
vecinita de allá de la
like,
cuadra.
yeah, like him.
and no, and then boys be calling girls homie hoppers, but they're the real homie hoppers. Like they really be like, because I know exactly what you're talking about. That has happened to me, and just how Karina
Jesus.
said, your friendship, it's either like she's gonna take your word for it, or she's gonna believe whatever
What he says.
he's saying,
Yeah.
and it's always like,
And
why
girls
would I
are-
lie?
And girls
No.
can be really messy.
Hey,
Like,
that's
they're
what I'm
very
saying, like,
sensitive.
You
But that's
know,
what I'm
that's
saying, like,
part
why
of
would I
a lot
lie?
of friendships why they get broken up because men come in between because that happens. The girl ends up fucking with him and then the other girl's like,
No,
whoa,
but
you were
I
fucking
don't.
with my...
Okay, yeah. You
Ex.
say because men come in between. No, that don't put the blame on the men.
No,
Because,
of
yeah,
course not.
it's
That's why I
on the
say it's on the
friend.
test. Yeah,
That's
you're
on
on
the
the
friend.
test.
Because at the end of the day, friendship is gonna come first. Like
It should come first.
Yeah, and then the thing is like if you know like this man already, like for sure this man already slept with your friend, and then you're gonna let that step go further with you, it's like
And come on, ladies, we've talked about this connection with sex, and then you're gonna connect with your friend in that way.
I mean, if you want to be sister wives, I mean, I
Girl, that's what we're gonna talk about next episode. I'm gonna bring it up right now.
Sister
Girl
wives?
code. No, girl code.
She was so excited to talk about
Let's get it.
No, but you're right. Men do not come. They don't come in between. But I'm just saying they do that, and it's just like,
But,
what
I
the
mean,
fuck?
It makes it uncomfortable for everybody else.
It does make it uncomfortable. And I'm sorry, but I'm that friend that I tell. I'll be
Oh
like,
yeah,
"Bruh,
I'd be like, did you see this guy?
Look at this. Bro, okay, it's one thing you want to follow me on social media. I bet you can follow me on social media. That's fine. Follow is nada. But once you start going into my DMs, like, hey, what's up? Like, how are you? Da-da-da. Like, no, like, don't talk to me. You just were,
Talking to my friend.
You were just smashing my friend the other day. Like, what you talking about? Like, what's up
And
with
that's the
you?
thing that I feel like men do not. No piensan que las mujeres hablamos.
Yeah.
yeah.
We talk and
We
we tell
sure
each
do.
other details.
And we're
Yeah.
FBI's. We figure it out real quick.
For sure. So men, get your shit together.
Get it
'cause
together.
We talk. We tell each other everything.
Especially if you're from a small town.
Girl,
Oh.
that's my thing. That I'm like, bro,
Like,
come
don't
on
you think
now.
we're going to find out?
Yeah, exactly.
Regardless, it's
Hey,
going to come
this
to
world
my
is
ear.
too small, guys.
Yeah,
Right?
that's what I'm saying.
Oh my
girl.
God,
That's why.
yes.
Yo me quedo con la boca abierta, guys, at times.
No, wait. That's why
Dude.
when Yesenia's like, oh, but if you know, like, if you want to get to know him, don't you want to know who's? I'm like, girl, I already know he's been through the whole Apopka. Like, and I'm sorry, but
Ooh.
it's just hard. It's hard out here to find someone that has not fucked
To be
with
honest,
people.
yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Like, if you think about it, it's just all here in a circle, and it's like if they went to high
Yeah.
school together, they dated, then and then just keeps going. So,
Oh my God, yeah, it's gross.
I have some dislikes and likes about men, but like I said, I don't know if it's specifically for every man.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, every man is different. But one thing that I dislike, it's like, don't treat me like a child.
Yes.
No, because they tend to be like very, because obviously el hombre a veces lleva, the upper hand. But
Yeah.
and it's fine in some situations. It's fine. Go ahead, be the upper hand. But at the end of the day, I have my own opinion. I have, I think differently. So that is one thing that I very much dislike.
Yeah, but I completely understand what
But
you're
you know me,
saying.
right?
Yeah, I don't like that either. Like, damn, dad.
Like being so
Like
condescending.
daddy. Yeah, like
Yeah.
being a
Yeah.
dad.
no, and yeah, I feel like dominance goes but to a certain extent, like you're
Yeah.
saying, like don't, like Yesenia said, don't treat me like a child, don't make me feel belittled at any point, because that's, I feel like you said, that's when I'm like, bitch, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
no.
Because I pretend, I let my partner think
That he's right.
yeah, I let him think that, ooh, he's smarter. When I'm like,
Bitch, I got all the brains.
It's questionable, but okay, like I won't take nothing from me.
Yeah.
To be like, oh no, like there's no time like to argue.
See.
And if you want to feel that, and if it helps you, it's kind of like faking an orgasm, kind of, because you have to be.
You have to put on that face.
Yeah, you're
Pero,
right.
like,
Ooh,
how many
yeah.
times are you gonna do it where now you're not gonna be able to say anything because you don't want him to get mad or upset or
that doesn't stop me from when I'm
you wanna-
right.
yeah.
I'm right. And when like, how can I explain it? Cuando vale la pena, obviamente que sí voy a decir,
Like,
like, what the fuck are you saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's not how it goes. It goes this way. Like, obviously.
So
when
you
time
choose your
comes, right?
battles.
Yeah, of course.
you choose a battle. Like, today is not worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like that
Basically.
topic in that
Yeah.
moment. If you want to feel like you got it, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for me, I would say I've had to experience that with my finances. They'd be like, do you really need that? And I'm like, yes, like, it shouldn't matter. It's my money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like that, but I see it both ways, because I see he's like, oh, save your money up, But
There's a
at the
lot,
same time, it's like, I got this. this. And yeah, just don't
And
make
then
me,
she don't got it.
Yeah. But like, just like, like, let me be on my own and just like
make your own error.
make my own decisions.
But what
and
if,
let me
what
face
if
it.
that always kind of comes to me when they're like, but I ask myself that question. I'm like, damn, but what if they don't want me to go through that? That's why they're telling me.
Yeah,
this.
and like that's fine, but like I said, just don't force it on me.
Yeah.
Like, don't like
Cuando ya lo forzan,
it's
ya.
fine. Like, you know, tell me like, oh, chill out. You know, you don't need that. But at the same time, if I'm still deciding like, oh, I'm still gonna do it, then let it be. Let it, and let me bitch out about it after. What did I? You can be like, you were right, and that's it. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
Pero no,
You're
me
right.
vayas a decir cómo gastar mi dinero, bro. Because I feel like that's one thing that really that's an ick that I have. I'm like, bitch, don't fucking tell me what the fuck I can't spend it on.
Yeah, I think as women, like nosotros de mujeres, somos más como que you gotta, or at least me, like I'm very straight up, like.
Yeah.
You know, whenever it comes to things, don't sugarcoat it. Let me know if you really are okay with it, or if you're not. Don't question me or go around the bush. I feel like sometimes you get interrogated by that man. You know, like they're asking you questions because they're trying to figure you out.
Yeah.
I don't like that. If you're trying to figure me out, then ask me, be straight up. Like, what exactly do you want from me? What do you want? What do you want to ask me? And then I'll let you know exactly who I am.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing that bothers me the most. Don't treat me like a dumbass. Don't treat me like a child.
Yeah.
I am not. You
Yeah.
know, that's where I
And that's another thing that that men, I feel like they fuck up. They are not straightforward, just to a certain extent. And I feel like, come on now, guys, this goes out for women and men. We're in 2023. You have to be fucking honest. That honesty shit, that shit was 2018. Not even, bitch. That shit was 2010. I feel like nowadays that's all we have left is be sincere to one another. If you're not sincere to yourself, man, what makes you think you're gonna be sincere to somebody else? You know what I'm saying? So true. I just feel like, if you just want to have sex with me, that's fine. Say, hey, it's just a sex thing. Hey, you never know. The woman may be down for it too. Yeah. If you want a relationship, all right, relationship. You want to wife me up, be upfront. That's the only way that shit is gonna be connected, or things gonna start off. That is one thing that I would say, guys, they beat around the bush a lot. Some of them may not, but I would say 50% of men do that.
Well, here's one thing I hope all men know, and if you don't, now you know. Yeah. I hate when guys find an excuse like to like girls' pictures, or they think that it's okay. Like, oh, it's not a big a deal. Like, it's just an Instagram model. It's just this. It's just that. Like, no, seeing your name down there is disrespectful. Like, if you, like, dead ass. Like, seeing your name on liked, that shit is disrespectful. Like, don't like other girls' pictures. You may not think it's a big deal, but internally, I'm sorry, but any like that you give anything is just, you're already giving your energy to it.
Yeah, it is true.
And it's like you're open to the idea of what, like, you know. So I don't go fuck if it's just. I mean, your cousin, your mom.
You don't give likes to guys?
No, and I don't even follow that many guys.
No, I'm talking about like famous guys.
No, the most you'll find me is Bretman Rock, The Weeknd. That's probably it. That's famous. Probably famous people.
Damn, I do follow a lot of guys.
Girl, get it together.
You know, I was just gonna say something like that.
The Cholo?
Nope.
I do. I like his stuff. Okay,
what about Josh Leiva?
No.
What?
Okay, one thing.
Yeah,
okay, one thing.
I don't.
Guys,
there's rare.
One thing about the likes es que es cierto. If you're in a relationship, and you're liking other female, let's just say my man follows my friend's Instagram and she posted a sexy picture, that is disrespectful. But first of all, if you're in a relationship, you should not be having all females on your social media. That's a no-go, because obviously, red flag. Why do you even have social media? Why do you it's like, why do you have all these females? She's too bad. It's stressful. Yeah, like, why do you have all these females on your shit when you have me over here? But a lot of men, and I have heard this because it has been brought up in conversations with my homegirls that have men, that they're like, oh, but honestly, it's just a like of a picture. It's just a like. I mean, that's why you follow the person, right? To like their stuff, not to just see it. I'm like, yeah, I guess. But first of all, why is he even following that person? If you don't like that female, or you don't want him to be following all these females, and why does he have a hella female?
No, but like, sorry, let me just clarify something. If we're talking, like, you know, and I see that you're following hella females, it's already a red flag. Like, it's a no-go. I'm not, if I see your friend list and I know a couple bitches on there, I'm sorry, but I'm just like, no.
Yeah, you're right.
But it's to say, like, if you're already following them and then we start talking, I'm not gonna be like, unfollow her unless you're liking her things, and I'm like, hold up. You
you want to say something? Okay, because I was gonna say this, like, say if we're in a relationship already and you can have girls, but them girls, I better have them also on mine.
Period.
Like,
I better know them.
They better acknowledge I'm your partner. They better don't beat around the bush. Now, about liking pictures, I'm okay if he's liking like family pictures and all that. But like, así como dijo Karina, like sexy pictures that they're trying to get your attention and you're over there giving a little heart. Bitch, give me my fucking heart. I'm the only heart that you need to be giving it, and ignore that. But if it comes to that point where I see like, oh, this bitch is only about getting attention, I'm like, I'm gonna need you to unfollow this bitch.
And they should be okay with it, because if it's making me uncomfortable, bitch, I wouldn't follow somebody for you. So
that's true.
But fíjate que, like, I think a few years back I was very, ¿cómo se dice? Insecure. I was very insecure, and like but obviously through the years I've worked on myself, and I'm to the point now where I'm like, I kind of like you know, he's here because he wants to, no, nadie lo tiene forzado, you know, and you know, like I yo misma, I'm starting to love myself and be like, no, I'm beautiful, I'm not gonna be exactly like fulanita ya y fulanita acá. I'm not exactly like them, but I got my shit, you know.
Exactly, bitch. I have my features.
And now I feel like I'm not so intimidated by other females.
Do you guys do a monthly sweep on your social media?
No, never.
¿Cómo se dan cuenta?
Never.
Obviously, when you're in a relationship, obviously sometimes you grab your partner's phone and you go through it. Me personally, when I was in my relationship, my 10-11-year relationship, I never went through my man's phone. And every time I would find something, obviously, that I didn't like, because that's what I'm looking for. But I always gave him the benefit of the doubt. He never gave me that. He never gave me that sign or that feeling like, oh, he's fucking up. And of course, I would not see him underneath any other females' pictures. Maybe we weren't following the same females, perhaps, but I never caught him liking anybody else's photos like that. But I would say, I mean, I don't know if it's bad. It's different. I don't know. It's kind of different because I at one point I was in a relationship when we both had Instagrams, and it really kind of wouldn't bother me if he did like any other female's picture. I hope he didn't like any of my friends' pictures, because I was.
Do you think you don't mind it because you were doing it as well?
But that's the thing. I didn't have a lot of guys on my Instagram, because he would tell me like, hey, don't be having. Obviously, I can't have. You're not gonna have any of your exes, but he would kind of be like, oh, like, you know, don't be having weird guys on your Instagram. That's all he would say.
But you weren't that way?
I would like guys' pictures, but he never told me anything about not liking them. But I'm pretty sure he would see it. But he never said anything about it.
Well, I want to say, like, I don't know if it's because I've been through the don't like very micromanage that now I'm like, oh, like, unless he follows la puta de Papka, like, I don't care. Or like las viejas que hablaba cuando estaban en sus épocas, o because don't get me wrong, sí he mirado un DM aquí y allá de unas
putringas,
you know, but and obviously I get angry, but at the same time I'm like, well, como Jessie dijo, like, you know, he's not forced to be here, and you know, like I said, I don't follow many men, but if they're like, and I don't mind if he follows women if I don't know them, you know, no son por aquí, pues, de que no son de aquí, like, ponle que he follows
the girl from Exponiendo Infieles.
Oh, I would be cringe, but I mean, you know, there's just people that are not reachable.
No, eso no.
Pero like, I don't mind. Like, I don't give a fuck. Pero like, ya cuando, if I see that he follows, like I said, la puta de Papka, I'm gonna say something. I'm like, hey, I know her.
Yeah, like why
do not be liking her. That is embarrassing
me.
That is embarrassing me.
I think it's more embarrassing than anything.
For real.
No, es porque if you want to cheat with that piece of shit, that's on you, bro. Like,
but don't put me in it.
Exactly. Don't come over here and put.
Uno está acá bien fiel y toda la cosa y luego como dicen
corazón que no ve,
corazón que no siente,
ojos que no ven,
ojos que no ven,
corazón que no siente.
What if they're in that type of mindset, being dirty,
cosa,
and you're over here como acá, ay, my man, and tu man está allá con la puta.
And honestly,
te las encuentras en la puta tienda.
A ver, that's embarrassing.
Con la cara bien alto y estas perras ahí mirándote como que, ay, si supiera que su man le gusta mis fotos o su man comment.
I think that's what gets to me. Like, no me traten de ver la cara de pendejo.
De pendeja.
Porque
aquí es where I put my foot down.
And honestly, like, I don't know if it's me. I'm like, I don't know if it's me. Am I the problem? I'm just like, but I feel like my partners that I've had, they've always been more insecure than me.
Really?
So I feel like they have that, like, you shouldn't be, or you shouldn't.
That's good that you're not so insecure, but it's bad that you're with somebody like that.
Exactly, because then I don't give that same energy back.
But did you give them a reason for them to be insecure?
No, I feel like that's the thing. I don't know if I give off that energy. She's just that bad bitch. Yeah, I feel like I'm very, how do I say it? It's not that I'm dominant, but I can be. I feel like I can give off that energy where, like, oh, I'm the boss. Like, bitch, I'm gonna tell you what to do. So I feel like that's why they're like, oh, you're a little bit more like friendly, you talk more, and so I feel like that's where they get the vibe from. But I used to not do like any phone searching like at all. I used to just be like, nah, like that's whatever.
You haven't been through that era?
Yeah, I haven't been through that era, but till recently. But because I felt like if you were on my shit and you thought I was doing something, it's because you're doing something too. And so that just that's a cycle.
That little what you just said, if you're insecure, because like I said, at a certain point I was insecure.
Yeah.
But because I knew something shady was going on. You know,
because your instinct.
A reason was given to me. So I was not given insecure vibes just because I was doing something.
Yeah.
No, I was getting insecure vibes because you were doing something. You gave me a reason.
Yeah.
For that. Shady. You know, like that's how it was.
Yeah.
And like I said, like before, like before, you know, I did all that, like checking the phone, like
let me see what's going on.
Had a little password.
Yeah.
I would figure that fucking password in a minute. But now I'm just like I don't even acknowledge it because I'm in a spot where I'm better. Like I don't mind, like, you know, like he's on his phone, he's doing his thing, and I don't even know, like,
which is healthy. I think like when it comes to the point where you no longer have those feelings towards each other, it's healthy. But yeah, I feel like for a while I used to always be like, damn, like bitches, like, is it me? Like I feel like I don't give off that, like I don't talk to guys, I'm not super friendly with guys or anything like that.
But I feel like when you're talking about that maybe you give off that vibe, it's probably because you're, like you said, you're very friendly, talkative, like chatty. Obviously if somebody tells you, hey, how are you? I'm doing good, how about yourself? You're like that person. And that, I feel like a lot of men don't like that. Like, why are you talking back?
Or, like, but I feel like that's what I'm saying. To me, that's not friendly. I'm like, to me, I'm like, boy, it's casual talk.
You're just being
cordial. So so I feel like I'm like,
a lot of men just think so differently. It's crazy as hell.
So men, educate yourselves on women, get to know us. I'm like, get to know what we
and
like.
The game has to change, because I feel like nowadays everybody's on some weird games. It's not the same shit.
Do you think now women are becoming the new men?
Yeah. I was gonna say 50-50 because I feel like a majority of us still want that femininity side of us. Like we still want that, and we want the men to be more masculine and more, but I feel like they act like bitches more than us. So
that's why I say a lot of women are on that shit, because they're looking, instead of now the guys asking us like, oh, who you been with, or what's this and this. Now I feel like the females are asking that. I feel like now the females are like, what's your history, what's this, or you know, things like that. I feel like now ahora sí ya están like looking for red flags more than anything.
And like the drama that comes with them. I feel like bitches be like, you have more drama than me and I'm a girl. Like, how does that work?
go.
So yeah, I feel like women are starting to become the new man, which is okay with me.
And then she's complaining.
Yeah, you're complaining.
She would be the one complaining.
No,
But do you think men want a woman that's very feminine? Like, que se deje como... You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
yes.
que se
I feel
deje
like
rule
men
over-
look at it as like, how do I
Submissive,
say?
you mean?
Submissive.
Yeah, but I feel like men want that as a prototype, but not all women are gonna be submissive. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Or I think that there is men out there that like to be dominated. So I guess it just depends on the men, on what they like.
Yeah, of course. But I feel like more men, their ideal woman has to be submissive. For me,
Yeah.
I personally see that the most. But I feel like you have to know that that woman that you're talking to or going to be with has been through shit. Like, she's gone through her own battles. So you're not going to find her in her most vulnerable and feminine spot at the time. Like, you're going to have to make her feel comfortable being feminine with you. So I feel like it goes hand in hand. Like, you got to be masculine enough for me to feel comfortable being feminine. And if I feel like you're not giving us enough masculine energy and I have to, like, what is it called? Kind of like one up you and kind of be on that. No, I'm sorry, but it has to be equal. You gotta either make me feel comfortable with you being feminine. Sorry, or I'm gonna have to kind of be a one up on you and try to match your feminine, or what is it
like
called?
whatever
when
you're missing on.
whatever you're lacking in, I have to go and make up for it. So no.
I think I feel like now there's more divorce because of that. Because now you see more
independent women.
Yeah, even though they're married or están juntadas con alguien.
But yeah, guys. So that was for this episode.
And I think that is a good, it's a good topic. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because you can talk about how, like, the perspective of how men, like, you talk about that, but would you want to go 50-50 on everything? Like, I'm talking about you pay 50 of the rent, he pays 50 of the rent, and go from there to there.
Like, I don't know. Like, I've come across
that I'm so curious to know.
Yeah, me too. I've come across couples where it's like they have separate bank accounts.
Yeah.
They have, and así como dice Jessica, like 50 of rent, utility bills, gas, groceries.
It's okay
whatever
to
the
a certain
kids need.
extent.
But
It's
let's not get too into it. But I do want to make it into a topic and see how you guys see that.
What's your opinion on
Yeah,
it?
what is your opinion on that? Like, I get like 50-50, like, but I'm not just talking about bills. I'm talking about like household shit and kids stuff, and like there's never, and I promise you on anything that there's never gonna be 50-50. But we'll leave that for the next time, for another day.
Damn, girl, me dejaste con pinche hueso aquí because I have to say more.
For real.
No, but I feel like that's a good topic. That is a good, like, see on things, because women think one thing, men think another.
That's true.
And like, I just want to see, like, just I want to throw like a little question thing out there to see if we can have our community talk a little bit about that.
That's for sure.
Because I want to see, like I'm curious of people's, and more women than men. I feel like I want to know their perspective on that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Alrighty.
So this is the end of this episode. I blame it on my, ¿cómo se dice?
What?
On my accents, because I always confuse podcast and episode. I was like, welcome to this podcast. Pues cuál pinche podcast is the one podcast, and this is a different episode.
Literally.
But yeah, so how'd you feel about today's topic, sister?
I feel really good. I like this topic. I feel like I said, men need to educate themselves a little bit more on how to approach a woman, how to, like, get a little bit more, how do I say, comfortable with the woman.
You guys need new tricks on how to fish out here, because
I could have said it better. New tips to come and fish, because
it's not it.
You guys keep fishing out there, you guys keep picking the wrong fish.
But I do think that relationships,
Mm-hmm.
I think relationships and like looking for a person is hard. And being in a relationship is hard. Like, just the stories that I hear on TikTok, I'm like, how can you be so stupid? But at the same time, life is hard. Relationship is hard. Feelings are hard, because you cannot stop yourself from feeling
something.
Yeah.
But Well, I hope everybody.
Don't forget to follow us on all social medias to Ready or Not Latinas, and others are Ready or Not Latinas. Here we come. Anything you? How did you feel about today's episode?
Girl, like I said, I felt like I could have said more. Oh my God. My head is going to reach your hueso que todo with the last topic.
That just means we're ready for the next episode.
I'm ready.
Yeah, we're ready.
I got my claws out and everything.
But yeah, how'd you feel?
I felt great.
Yeah.
I felt great. No, it was a very great topic.
Yeah,
I feel
it
like there was a lot said, and I feel like Yesenia said, we could have said more, but you know, we'll leave it for the next one.
Yeah,
And it's cool because everybody has a different point of view.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And come on, women, come on. Like, no sean pendejas. Busque un buen hombre. Like, I know, like, the thing. Don't look for baby daddies. Like, I feel like women that get connected with guys that have kids, boy, that shit ain't going to end up good. No, do not go with the man that lives with their mama.
Yeah.
Do not be with the man that got no job, that's in jail. The stories that I hear, guys, I'm just like, come on, women.
Yes, you got straight preaching over here.
And that's how I want to end the episode, by preaching, telling these women they can do better.
We
and
can
if you
do better.
cannot do better, stay by yourself, bruh.
That's
Seriously.
Buy yourself a rose and bitch, there's dildos the size of fucking
No, but wait, like
Horses' dicks.
Yes, that's true. There is, but I feel like a woman chooses the man depending on how they view themselves.
Oh, yeah.
in that moment.
Period.
That's so true. That
oh my God.
or
that's so sad. I'm like, that's so sad, bitch.
hey, that or it could also be what they grew up knowing. Just traumas. And I
Agree.
get that, but try to cut it out. Like, I feel like once you see it, fucking pick that shit up. Like, get it together, bitch. You know, that's how I want to end this episode. So get it together, women. Get it together, men. And if you guys can't coincide, then just be separate.
And we're not racist against men.
Yeah. Go ahead, guys, and make sure to stay tuned for next week's episode.
Bye.
So this is Jessica.
Joanna.
Yesy.
Karina.
And this is
Ready or Not, Latinas, here we come.